Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be teaching you how to make a pencil skirt with boat couture. First of all, we draft a normal skirt. That's the hip length. From waist to the hips, that's 9 inches. It's a high waist skirt. Then the skirt length and the hem length, which is 2 inches. I'll be labeling the lines for easy identification. That's the waist line, the hip line, and the hem line. My waist circumference is 30 inches divided by 4 plus half inch sewing allowance. My hip circumference is 40 inches divided by 4 plus half inch sewing allowance. The hem circumference is the hip measurement minus 1.5 inches. That is 10 inches minus 1.5 inches. That's the circumference you are going to use at the hem. That's 1.5 and that's half inch sewing allowance at the waistline. Then I'm going to take the dart, which is 4 inches. For the benefit of people that love using darts, I'm not going to use that for this skirt, but I'm going to show the how to impute the dart for benefit of those that love using darts. I'm using 4 inches for the darts and also 4 inches length. I'm taking out 1 inch for the dart, which I'm going to impute at the waistline. That 4 inches I took out for the dart, I'm going to add it to the waistline. I want the skirt to have a front slit, so I'm extending the 4 inches for the dart down the hemline, and I will roll a straight line down to the hem because I'm going to cut it open. That's all for the front pattern. I'll be using the front pattern to draft the back pattern. First of all, I'm going to take out 1 inch zip allowance. I'll roll it down to the hemline. I will extend the hip line and the hemline. That's the hip line and the hemline. From the hip line, I will go up by 1 inch. I will also come in at the zip line by 1 inch. This is for the butt couturing. When you shape your skirt like this, it's going to bring out the shape of your butt. You slant it the way you see in the picture. Then remember I came in by 1 inch. Then I'm going to go out by also 1 inch at the waistline, so that the circumference of the waist will not be short. From the original measurement of the zip line, I'm going to slide down to the hip line. And that's all for the back pattern. So I'm going to shape the skirt. Remember I said I'm not going to use the dart, so I'll be removing the 1 inch I added at the waistline, and I'll be imputing the knee length of the skirt, which should give me the perfect pencil shape. The knee length of the skirt is the actual knee length minus 2 inches. That's how you get your knee length. Then the circumference of the knee is your hip measurement minus 1.5 inches, which is the exact circumference we use at the hem. So we are just going to transfer the circumference of the hem to the knee length. Whatever you have at the hem, transfer it to the knee. That's how you get your knee circumference. Then I will shape off from the hip line to the knee line. So this is going to give us a perfect pencil skirt shape. I'll be using this front pattern to also shape the back pattern. So for this flare that is by the side, I'm going to draw the flare by the side. I use 9 inches at the beginning. We all know that all the lengths are not the same, so I'm using 9 inches at the beginning of the flare. Then I will shape it just like so. Then for the peplum on the waist, I will be folding the pattern sheet into 4 and cut it the normal way you cut your peplum, but I'm not going to shape the downside. I'll be using 9 inches as well. So this is the shape I want my peplum to have. But I don't want the edges to be pointed as you're seeing in the pattern, so I'm going to chip it off. I'll be taking off the pointed edges. So that's all for the peplum. For the front pattern, because I want it to have a slit in the front, I'm going to duplicate the pattern so that I will get the full pattern for the front, so that I'll be able to slit, to cut it out from the slit like I want. So this is the full pattern. When I place it on the fabric, I'll be cutting one of the pattern exactly in the place I want the slit to be, which is by the side of the front. I'll add my sewing allowance. So that's all for the front pattern. Then for the back pattern, just cut the back pattern the way it is. Please kindly indicate your zip and your hip side. For the band of the skirt, I'm going to cut the band in a bias. So just fold your fabric in a bias and cut. I'm using 2 inches for the band. So this is for the lining. I'll be using the lining to turn the skirt. So after cutting the lining, I will be removing 2 inches from the lining because I'll be using the lining to turn the skirt. So I'm not just folding it, I'm using the lining to turn it. So after I finish cutting the lining, I'll be removing 2 inches from the lining. So that's the 2 inches I'm removing from the lining, both the front and the back lining. So that's all for cutting of the skirt. It's time to sew the skirt. So I'm attaching the lining and the main fabric together at the hem first. You first sew it at the hem, then drag it up to the waist. You put the lining and the main fabric together, the right side facing each other. You join them at the hem, then you stitch so that you can be able to drag it up to the waist of the skirt. So I have finished sewing the lining at the and the main fabric at the hem. So you drag it up to the waist, you pin together and you make round the skirt. So after sewing around the skirt, I'm going to turn the skirt. So I finish sewing around the skirt, turn this with the lining. You can see the outcome. So this is the front pattern. I first join the two front patterns together, and this is the peplum. I will slit the peplum by the side because I want my zip to be at the side and not at the back. So I will attach the peplum to the front fabric I have joined together. Also attach one piece of the back and then join the zip. This is one piece of the back. I attach only one piece of the back so that I can be able to attach the zip to the skirt. You can also join all the pieces together before you attach the zip. There's no problem, but I don't like anything coming in between me and my zip, so I like doing it one after the other. So I will go ahead and attach the other back piece. So this is the other back piece. I will attach it, then complete sewing the peplum around the waist. So I'm done sewing the peplum around the waist. As you can see, I have to lose the other zip so that I can attach the other end of the peplum. I will attach the other end of the peplum, then stitch the zip back to the skirt. So I'm done stitching the zip back to the skirt. It's time for us to attach the band. So this is my band. I'll go ahead and stitch the two pieces of the band. I'm done stitching the two pieces of the band. Then I will iron and I will press in 1/2 inch, which will help me in my sewing of the band. Exactly this place I'm ironing is the place I will do my sewing. It will guide me in sewing the band. So I will first attach the side that is going to be inside, which is the place I put a homestay. So that's the place I will sew first. The side that is going to be inside the skirt is the place I will stitch first. Then I'll flip over and sew on the other side that is going to be outside the skirt. So that's the end of sewing the band. As you can see how neat the band is. So I'll attach bra hook to the band because my zip I did not extend the zip to the band. I want to use a bra hook at the band instead of zip because of the bulkiness. So I love using either the normal skirt hook or the bra hook. I prefer bra hook. And that's the end of our tutorial. This is the finished look. So if you like this tutorial and you like the outcome of the skirts, please kindly like and subscribe to my channel for more tips.